Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag for Gauteng and the city of Johannesburg at the moment. Let's broaden our scope, though, and talk about the province. 4,000 crime prevention wardens have hit the streets of Gauteng. Now, we're told they're being deployed to hotspots around the province. The Premier, Panyaza Lesufi, says no township or informal settlement will be without these wardens. The South African Policing Union joining me this morning. Lesiba Thobakgale making time for me. Lesiba, good morning to you. Just for viewers at home, I know sometimes we get a bit of kickback because they see guests in cars. Lesiba is in a parking lot and the car is stopped, because I know people tend to yell at us if they're not seeing seatbelts. Now, Lesiba, 4,000 crime wardens. These are not police. So what can they actually do? Good morning.
Thank you, Gareth, for having us this morning. Greetings to your viewers back at home. As a South African Policing Union, we clearly welcome the deployment and the initiative that has been taken up by the Premier of Gauteng. And these wardens that we are referring to, we are talking about those who will be there to work hand in glove with the police in order to ensure that they assist the police in fighting crime. Remember, we are talking about people whom most of them previously were volunteering to fight against crime, even around the province of Gauteng. And this initiative, it is quite a great initiative, as we know that the police on their own, they are unable to fight crime on their own, because they cannot be able to have eyes and ears everywhere. And with the wardens whom are now deployed, they will assist to be the eyes and even the ears of the police, and even assisting accordingly, so that crime prevention in the province of Gauteng could be prevalent in order to fight these high levels of crime. And it is safe to mention that this is not a new phenomenon. We had those we called to be municipal police before we went into the amalgamation and where the South African Police Services was formed. So we clearly welcome it, because we know that with the lack of manpower that the police has, with the lack of resources, physical resources to fight crime, when these wardens are now on our streets, at least we've got to address the issue of manpower. Not to say that they are doing the job of the police, but they are working hand in glove. We've seen during lockdown, Gareth, we could refer clearly that we had members of the SANDF who are not doing policing specifically. They are not trained for policing, but they were giving assistance to the police while the police were doing their job. So this is a move we are welcoming. And imagine if all the 8 provinces in South Africa, all the premiers would do the very same initiatives. Indeed, we believe as SAPU that we would be able to win against crime, because the police on their own, without support, and when we look at the issue of crime prevention, CPF as well, which clearly play a very critical role. When we look at the role that is being played by security companies working hand in glove with the police, that on its own, it helps for the police to achieve their constitutional mandate. Any help, any form of initiative that
will make a good difference as well. Be very, very welcome, as you say, Lesiba. I want to ask you this, obviously welcoming the extra boots on the ground, but I want to make sure that we understand as South Africans exactly where does the police stop with their powers and where do these wardens come in? What are the wardens allowed to do? Are they allowed to arrest people? Can they, for example, carry firearms? Can they be called out to crime scenes? Just help me understand what your understanding as SAPU, the policing union. What are these wardens allowed to do, and when do they have to call police to come in and do a police job?
The wardens, they are allowed to patrol on the streets like CPF would do, like security companies would be able to do so. And anyone can effect a citizen's arrest. And as they stand to be the peace officers, meaning if they are able to find and to come across a situation where they are able to contain an arrest, and then after that arrest, they are able now to go and hand over everything, whatever exhibits that are there, to hand over even whoever is the suspect at that time to the police and so on. What they could do is to give a supporting statement, because at the end of the day, it has to collaborate in terms of the law with a statement of a police officer. So that is what they have been trained to do, and we know as well that they've been trained in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, they've been trained in terms of firearms as well, and so on. So that is what they will be doing, but they will not be functioning on their own. Everything that they will be doing, if they have to arrest, if there's some dangerous situations which they feel that it is maybe above them, then they do not have to act, but they can wait and alert the police to come and assist them.
Just a thought, why do you think the Premier has gone this route of getting these wardens, these crime prevention wardens in place, as opposed to getting 4,000 more actual police officers? Would you not prefer, as a union, to rather see 4,000 more men and girls in blue?
To train a police officer, Gareth, it takes a long time. And as we speak this year, the President clearly outlined that there will be 10,000 who will be going to the colleges. And as we speak, they will be going in batches, 5,000 already and above. They are in different colleges. So if everyone can say, no, let's wait and just wait upon the training of police officers, only those who go to academies for a period of a year, and then for another year, they will have to do a field training at a working station. That process is long. If there's any other means in order to bring others whom indeed can be trained up to a certain level, and then they keep on increasing their level of training, it will assist in fighting crime. We need to remember as well, Gareth, that in the police, as much as these numbers, the 10,000, have been coming since 2021, as it was declared by the President during the State of the Nations, we still have a lot of numbers that are going out, so who are leaving the police. That on its own, it is like, you are pouring water in a glass that at the bottom, that seems to be bottomless, because you are bringing in more numbers, but more numbers are still leaving the police. So if we can just only rely only on these processes of 2 years to train a police officer and have them in the field, that means our communities will continue to be terrorized, because the numbers of the police, instead of them increasing, we continue to see them decreasing. So we need to have any other means which is positive indeed to assist in fighting crime, because crime is terrorizing our communities. We need to be safe wherever we are. Where you are in your studio, you need to be safe, and you need to be sure that when you left everyone at home, they are also safe. So any means, any initiative that is there to assist in fighting crime, it should be embarked on, so that the police could get assistance that they need.
Yeah, last question to you then, Lesiba, just very briefly, as I say goodbye to you, Lesiba, are you as SAPU, the union, are you going to be representing the crime prevention wardens? Are they allowed to be unionized along with you? Has that discussion happened? Very brief answer, please.
Already we do have members who have joined us there. And remember, it falls under safety and security. Clearly, as an organization, having numbers there, we will make sure that we represent them accordingly. And as well, Gareth, before I leave you, it is important to say to the communities, we have seen during within social media, where they were posting their pictures and giving some captions and some memes which are not pleasant. And we are just calling on our communities to say these workers are just here to assist in fighting crime. They are not young like those who go to subs training and so on. We need to be considerate and really not mock them in terms of how they look and so on, body shaming them. We are really calling on our communities to really refrain from doing that on social media. Let us allow them to do what they have to do. They are here to assist us in fighting crime. Let us embrace them, so that all of us, we can win against crime.